Hello and welcome to the New River Theater Guild's production of Greater Tuna. We ask that you take this time to silence your cellular devices and check for all emergency exits. This radio hour will have an intermission, but don't you go running out that door. We would like to thank the Junebug Center for Arts and Education for hosting this production. Be sure to check out their upcoming events and give them some support at www.thejunebugcenter.com. This is radio station OKKK in Tuna, Texas, serving the greater Tuna area at 275 watts. Signing on. Good morning, Tuna. This is Thurston Willis.
And this is Arliss Drew.
And this is the Willis Report.
And here we go with the news. Take it away, Thurston.
Thank you. Well, folks, in the news, we got the winner of the Junior High American Heritage Essay Contest for this year. This year's winner is Connie Carp. She is the daughter of W.H.N. Carp from right here in Tuna. She wins first place for her essay titled Human Rights. Why bother? Second place goes to Jimbo Beaumont for his essay titled Living with Radiation. And third place goes to Lavita Posey for her essay titled The Other Side of Bigotry. You know, Arliss, with titles like that, I don't know how they ever picked a winner.
I don't either. I tell you, it should make the citizens of Tuna proud to know we're still producing well-educated students who know what America's all about.
They do.
They do.
They do. They damn sure do.
Oh, this just anything you run. Excuse me, Thurston.
Go right ahead.
Oh, I've got bad news for the greater Tuna area. Former County Judge Roscoe Buckner died in his home yesterday. He had suffered a severe stroke.
Oh.
Buckner, who was judge in the greater Tuna area for over 47 years and who hung more people in the 30s than any other active judge, well, he had a history of heart trouble. His body will lie in state at Hubert Funeral Home starting today at 12 noon. Wexler Hubert says if you come before noon, you're going to have to wait because the judge won't be ready till noon.
Well, I tell you, Arliss, that is some bad news.
It is.
It is.
And on the art scene, the on-again, off-again auditions for the Tuna Little Theater production of My Fair Lady are on again.
Hey!
Joe Bob Lipsy, who is the director of the show this year, says he found a way to go ahead with the production by using sets and costumes from last year's production of South Pacific. Joe Bob says it'll be the first production ever of My Fair Lady set in Polynesia.
Well, you know, Arliss, something like that is just liable to put us on the map.
On it.
They're gonna find us, Arliss.
Joe Bob says get on your Hawaiian shirts, your grass skirts, and your coconuts, and come on out to that Coweta Baptist Church this Thursday night at 7:30 and audition for My Fair Lady. Joe Bob says he wants to integrate the cast this year, so if you know any actors or actresses of color of any shade, tell them to come on out and try for the chorus.
Come on out.
You might get a part.
You just might.
You never know.
You never know.
Say, Thurston, you got that farm report?
Yeah, I got that farm report. Well, folks, it's going to be an incomplete farm report because I don't have everything in just yet. But I got beef up, pork down, chickens vasculating, and, well, I don't know much about sow bellies, but what I do know is it's time for a word from our sponsor, Dee Dee Snavely of Dee Dee's Used Weapons. Dee Dee, whenever you're ready, come on out and tell us a few words.
Does the high cost of security have you blue? Well, if so, come on down to the store and browse our complete selection of used guns and knives. Or find what you need in our Mason tear gas departments. Now, we understand that many folks are hesitant to buy used weapons, but everything at DD's is absolutely guaranteed to kill. If you find something here that won't kill, you bring it back, and we'll give you some that will. It's on our guarantee. If DD's can't kill it, it's immortal.
Thank you, Dee Dee. You know, folks, Dee Dee's weapons are one of a kind. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 at my
my house, and they are worth all of it. And now, folks, it's time for the weather report. We're going to go out there to the field with Harold Dean Latimer. Harold Dean, what's the weather looking like? Harold Dean. Here's he's caught in the weather, folks. I do apologize. Here he is.
Well, got a little bit of everything. Got a lot of rain coming in from the north, from the east, from the west, and a little bit from the south. But it should clear off by mid-morning, and by noon it should be back to being unbearably hot and humid. We're expecting about 100, 101. And for the afternoon, we've got some possible dust storms coming out of West Texas. They could be severe. They say the sky could go completely black around 4:30. And we've also got this swarm of locusts coming in from Louisiana. Well, we're expecting the dust will kill a lot of them. The rest will get blown away or drowned in this tropical storm that's heading our way from the coast. That'll be Tropical Storm Luther. And it's going to bring a lot of rain with it. It's going to be wet, cloudy, and miserable for several days. So get out them raincoats. Back to you, Thurston.
Thank you, Harold Dean. You know, folks, Harold Dean has to get up every morning about 4:30 to get those weather reports in on time. Sometimes he'll be out there in that field while we're driving to the station, and we'll see him out there, and God only knows what kind of weather. But he always gets that report in on time.
Hell, I've seen him up to his neck in snow before.
You remember that time that he spotted that water spout over View Miller's Pond?
I'll pick them up and drop them in Dewey County.
But he still got that report in on
Oh,
time.
he did.
He did.
He did.
He damn sure did.
Got a news flash for you. A UFO, that is an unidentified flying object, has been sighted by R.R. Snake over Lake Mobile. He says it looks like a giant hovering chalupa without the guacamole.
Huh, well, how about that?
That's what it says.
It does. Got a note here from Ronnie.
Oh, but first, I've got the world news desk. Peace talks fail, attack is imminent. And that's all the news we got for you. But stay tuned.
Well, the note here says you were not on the air. It says you forgot to hit the switch. Guess we'll start again. Good morning, Tuna. This is Thurston Willis.
And this is Arliss Struve.
And this is the Willis
Struve
Report.
And here we go with the news. Take it away, Thurston.
Hello, Tuna. This is Elmer Watkins with Station OKKK coming to you from Clan 249. There's going to be a meeting tonight down at the house talking about the sharecroppers down at Hog Shitter Creek. They've been taking all our land and shooting up all of our game, and come this fall, there ain't going to be nothing left for us to hunt. So y'all come on out to the meeting, and we're going to figure out exactly what we're going to say to them. Thank you.
It is the 55th for the Greater Tuna Humane Society. And I would like to ask each and every one of you to take a minute to think about ducks. It is tough being a duck. Cartoons portray them as genetic mutants with speech impediments. And the very word duck, when used as a verb, means to rapidly lower body position to avoid injury. So when you say duck to someone, they don't know whether you're talking about an animal or an accident. And the Chinese eat their feet. You might not know it, but we have a duck crisis right here in Tuna. Ever since the government flooded Buckner Basin, the wild ducks have got no nesting grounds left. We're up to our necks in homeless ducks. But to remedy the situation, the Humane Society has published a pamphlet called Duck Quapping Without Quama. And we're sending it to every home in the area. And you can bring the trapped ducks to me, PD Fisk, and I will relocate them personally. This is PD Fisk for the Greater Tuna Humane Society.
The emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross with the dearest and best for a world.
Charlene! Stanley! Come on down here and eat your breakfast. It's gonna get cold. Jody, honey, come on in and eat your breakfast. Oh, Jody, honey, come on in. Would you like some hash browns?
No, thank you, Mama.
Need me to make you some oatmeal?
I already had some, Mama.
Need me to fry up some bacon?
Oh, Mama, I don't want nothing.
We'll eat some of that oatmeal, honey. You've hardly touched it. Jody, honey, what is that out there on that back porch? Is that a dog? Have you brought home another dog?
Mama, it followed me home.
From where?
From PD Fisk.
Damn, Petey Fisk saves all the dogs in the world and sends them home for me to feed. Well, I will not allow you to have another dog, little Jody.
But I'll take care of it, Mama.
It's not a matter of taking care of it, honey. It's not normal. It's not normal to have 8 to 10 dogs following you around everywhere, honey. And I've got that reporter coming in from Houston in a little while, and I just don't you let that dog in. Don't you Hi, baby. Oh, look at it. It's just so cute. Hi, look at you waving your tail. Oh, no, get down. Get down. No, I've got that reporter coming in. You can't get up on me like that. In fact, you got to get outside. Come on. Come on, you. Come on. Get back. Leave her alone. Oh, my God. She's just so cute. Now, y'all leave her alone and stay out of this house. I've got that reporter coming in. Oh, Stanley, hello. You want some breakfast? You want some oatmeal? Can you fry up some bacon?
Oh, Mama, get off. I'll get some M&Ms on the way to trade school.
Stanley, man cannot live on M&Ms alone. And don't you lie to me about trade school. Vera Carp said she saw you outside of the grocery store in your truck all day long.
Well, Vera Carp can kiss my rusty butt.
Stanley, you stop that.
Oh, I'd be just fine if Charlene would stop it.
I wish to God you and your sister would just stop all that fighting.
I heard her up there groaning.
Stanley.
Locks the door, turns on the water, and starts groaning.
Stanley, now you be quiet.
Every time the groaning starts, I know she's trying to squeeze into another pair of my blue jeans.
Stanley, you be quiet. You might just be big one day too.
If I am, shoot.
Stop it. Charlene! Charlene, honey, come on down. Get out of your brother's pants.
She ripped out the butt out of 3 pair of Wranglers in the last month.
Stanley, you stop it. Now we're going to find her a good diet.
Pretty better find her a good surgeon.
Charlene! Charlene, honey, come on down here and get out of your brother's pants. You know you're too big to fit in them.
Her hips are so big, she's got to lay down on the bed and groan into them.
Stanley, you stop that. It just hurts my heart to hurt that baby's feelings.
Should have known you'd take her side.
Oh, Stanley, now you stop that. You don't let those dogs inside, Stanley. Don't you, Stanley? No! Reporter's coming in, and I can't have these dogs. Trixie, you go on and get outside. Come on, get. Go. Go, go, go. Oh, my God, what is that? Bingo. Bingo, you get back here and you get this right now. right now. Go get it. Where you going to get outside? Come on. Come on. Get back. Get back. Out. Out. Go. Oh my God, I've got to clean this house and clean it myself. That reporter will be here any time. Oh, what are we going to do? Charlie, you want some breakfast?
Nuh-uh.
Do you want some oatmeal?
Nuh-uh.
You want me to fry up some bacon?
No, thank you.
Well, at least have a cup of coffee. Charlie, quit. Now, I thought we agreed that we were going to do sweet and slender from now on.
I use sweet and slender in my coffee when I had something to live for, Mother.
Oh, what's wrong?
Nothing.
And why are you mad?
I'm not.
Charlene, there is more to life than being cheerleader.
Name one single thing.
Well, I can't think of one, but when I do, I'll let you know.
I'll tell you one thing, if that vicious little cunning carp calls me 2 bits one more time, she's gonna have to send out her bandages.
Oh, she is just like her mother. You just kill her with kindness.
I'll kill her with something.
Oh, Charlie, you do unto others as others.
Ah!
Don't you let those dogs inside.
Don't you dare!
Oh my God. Oh, Dolly. Get on that table. Go ahead. I wish you would get on that table. Go ahead, girl. Get it out. Come on. Come on now. Don't get back. Back. Oh my God, the reporter will be here any time, and I just look a mess. Oh. I'm coming! I'm coming!
I said I was coming!
Hello? Hello?
Mrs. Buehmiller, Chad Hartford.
Come on in. Would you like a cup of coffee?
No, nothing to drink for me, ma'am. I'd rather we get straight to the interview. I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Okay. All right. Let's get to it.
Now, you are chairing the committee that is censoring the library books. Is that correct, Mrs. Buehmiller?
No. That is the Reverend Spox that heads that committee. I'm simply a member. You know, there's going to be a meet tonight. You should come on down. Actually, don't. The Reverend Spox doesn't like the media on account of those old folks' homes and all that money laundering and, well, I've said too much. I better just shut up. Okay, well, we're trying to get those words and those books out of the local high school library.
Before we get to the books, Mrs. Buehmiller, can you tell me what in your background do you feel qualifies you to censor library books?
Well, I can briefly list my activities if you'd like.
Please.
Okay. Well, I am currently president of the Better Tuna. I am the mother of Dean 225. I am the only high C soprano in the Baptist choir. I am currently the recorder of the Javelina Club. That's an offshoot of the Wild Hogs. It's kind of like the Lions Club, but we felt they were just a little too liberal. I am the former member of the BBB. That is the Better Baptist Bureau. I am currently president of our shut-in squad, the Tuna Helpers. And I am currently the head of the Less Women in Literature Club.
If I
thank you. I think I get the idea, Mrs. Vermiller. What are the books that you're hoping to see removed from the shelves?
Well, there are 4 that are absolutely disgusting, and we're trying to get them off the high school library, and then we're going to go nationwide, and then we're just going to go from there.
And what are the 4 books, Mrs. Vermiller?
Roots. Now, we don't deny that there is a certain place for that in our TV pop culture, but I just feel like it's disgusting, and it only shows one side of the slavery issue.
Go on.
Bury my heart at wounded knee. That is the most disgusting piece of literature I have ever read. It vilifies a great American hero, General Custer, and it shows America that we cannot negotiate a peace treaty, and that's just not true.
What else?
Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain.
Did he write that?
He did. And that book shows a pre-teenage boy avoiding his chores, running around with a convict, and wearing women's clothing.
Go on.
Romeo and Juliet. What? Pray tell, what's wrong with Romeo and Juliet? Well, it's the most disgusting piece of literature that I have ever read. It shows sex among teenagers. And it shows a lack of parental authority. And that starts disgusting.
But you are aware that William Shakespeare wrote that play?
Oh, yes, honey. And we are looking into all of his books as well. Did you know he wrote Barefoot in the Park?
Mrs. Boomiller, quite a bit these days, people claim to talk to God. Do you talk to God, Mrs. Boomiller?
Well, I pray.
That's not what I asked. I asked if you talk to God directly.
Well, no, the Reverend Spikes does, and he gets messages to me from the Lord, and secondhand messages from the Lord are just good enough for me.
Thank you, Mrs. Boomiller. I think we've got one hell of a story here.
Well, don't you rush off. I've got so much more to tell you.
Oh, I'm sure it just boggles the mind, Mrs. Boomiller, but I really must dash.
Say, what is the name of that literary magazine you write for?
Intellect.
Well, I just don't think we have that here in Tuna.
And I'll see that you get a copy. Goodbye, Mrs. Boomiller.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
God. I'm just glad that reporter didn't ask a lot of other questions. He rushed off so quick. Glad he didn't ask about my family. They're the psycho twins, Charlene and Stanley. Charlene, who just wants to be a cheerleader, and she won't get it. I looked at her the other day and I said, honey, you could be a cheerleader next year. And she looked at me with tears coming down her face and she said, but Mama, I'm a senior. And I said, well. And then there's Stanley walking around, and that boy's crazy dating that cousin. And then there's little Jody. Oh, he'll be all right. Except that whole 8 to 10 dogs following him around thing all the time. He'll outgrow that. And then there's Hank. We've been married 27 years, and that man can't even take me to see a drive-in movie. And he thinks that I don't see the lipstick stains and smell the perfume as we go to church in the morning. I just have to act like I don't know, and it's hard. And sometimes I just wish that man would just have a stroke. I'm sorry, I don't mean that. Well, maybe I do. Oh, God forgive me. Well, I'm just glad he didn't ask.
Who died yesterday. Now, the body was found by Nicky Mayberry, who'd come over to collect the newspaper. Nicky wishes to quelch all rumors that the judge was found dead in a bikini swimsuit.
Oh, thank God.
He says there's no truth to that rumor whatsoever.
It's not true.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. It's not. According to Nikki, it was a 1950 turquoise Dale Evans one-piece swimming suit with lots of cowgirl fringe. Services are pending at Hubert Funeral Home.
Ain't that awful? Ain't that awful?
It is. It is.
Greater Tuna Humane Society. I would like to introduce you to this week's pet of the week. His name is Yippee-Yi-Yi-Yay, but we call him Yippee. That's why. Now this charming part rat terrier, part chihuahua would make a lovely pet for someone. We're sure of it.
Stop it!
Yippie's only drawback as a pet is a tendency towards hyperactive behavior.
Stop it!
As you can imagine, we at the Humane Society sometimes have trouble giving away small, shrill animals. But we still have hope for Yippie. We know there's got to be some deaf person out there that would just love to have a dog. So if there are any deaf people listening to this, please call me, P.D. Fisk, at 477-777. Or call anytime, day or night. If you're out of town, call collect. I gotta get rid of this dog. This is P.D. Fisk for the Greater Tuna Humane Society. Hello?
Hello, Petey. Is this Petey Fisk?
Yes, it's P.D. Fisk.
This is Bertha Miller, Petey. And I want to talk to you and I want you to listen. You understand, Petey?
Yes, Bertha, how are you?
I said I want to talk and I want you to listen. Got it? Okay. You know, Petey, I've tried to think what I have done to deserve this life I lead. A husband who spent 2 years in prison for robbing a convenience store for $47. And then there are my psycho twins, Charlene and Stanley, who you know have caused me no end of grief. And then there's Jody. Jody is never seen without 8 to 10 dogs following him around everywhere. They follow him home, they follow him to school, and last week, Petey, they tried to follow him to church, and I about whooped the boy.
Well, that's actually pretty cute.
I said, I talk and you listen, Petey. Okay. Now, we have a very important, serious discussion that we need to have, Petey. My son Jody has something as bad as a drug habit. He's got a dog habit. A dog habit, Petey. And I will not have it. And you, Petey, you are a puppy pusher.
Well, I never in my
I
life.
said I talk and you listen, Petey.
Now, I will put up with Shep, with Woofy, with Thunder, with Trixie, with Bingo, with Sweet Nothing, Dolly, and Thunder. But if that sweet little Yippee, half rat, half terrier, chihuahua thing comes into my house, they're going to be dragging the river to find your body, Petey.
I said I talk and you listen, Petey.
Now, I'm going to call my Aunt Pearl. That's exactly what I'm going to do, Petey. I'm going to call my Aunt Pearl Burst, and I'm going to get her to make me one of her bitter pills. I mean, serious business, Petey. I'm as serious as a stroke. Now, I will not be the mother of an addict, Petey. Whether it's an addict of opium or basset hounds, I will just not have it. You understand, Petey? Okay, now say goodbye, Petey.
Say goodbye, Petey.
Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.
We interrupt this program with the news update. The recent sighting of a UFO, that is an unidentified flying object, by R.R. Snavely has been discounted by his wife, Dee Dee. According to DD, RR was drunk when he actually claimed to have decided it. So she says everybody just forget about it. He was drunk.
Well, we all thought it was something like that anyways.
We did.
We did. We did. Hell, it had to be.
And now, folks, sit back and listen to the #1 show in Dewey County, On the Line with Leonard, where your business is everybody's business. Now, here's the station manager, Leonard Childers.
Hello everybody, this is Leonard Childers with Tuna Speaks, where we let you get all of your complaints out. Now the lines are already lighting up, but before we get that, I have a few things that we need to talk about. I got a message here from the Reverend Spikes down at the Coweta Baptist Church. He says there's going to be another record burning this Friday night at 5 p.m. He says to bring your Little Richard and your Brenda Lee records, but leave your Elvis Presley records at home because he's a good old Southern boy and he'll be forgiven. That is this Friday at 5 p.m. Now, also in the news, this coming Saturday down at the Coweta Baptist Church, Tronda Locker says that they're going to be going up to see the Passion Play in Arkansas this Saturday. They're going to be leaving at 7:45 a.m. And she says if you're not there by 7:45, well, she's going to leave you. So get there at 7:45, folks. All right, well, looks like we are ready to go. First caller, this is Leonard Childers. You're on the line. Let it out.
Leonard, Dee
Dee, turn it down! Turn down your radio! Oh, folks, when you call in here, you gotta turn down your radio because it gives me feedback and it's just the god awfulest noise in my ears. What's up, Dee?
Leonard, can't there be something to be done about them Halloween pranksters?
Well, it's a little early for Halloween, ain't it, Dee?
Leonard, you wouldn't say that if you knew what I've been through. Leonard. Soaping windows and letting the air out of tires is one thing, but I draw the line at extreme mental anguish. Do you feel me, Leonard?
Well, I hear you, Dee.
Last year, those kids came over to my house in the middle of the night and they poured sorghum syrup all over my front porch.
Well, that's real mean, Dee.
Oh, I'm just getting started, Leonard. Every morning, my mother comes over to the house at about 5:30, right after she's had her prunes. And the minute that woman hit that thick syrup, it stopped her dead in her tracks.
Well, that's real mean, Dee.
It's not funny, Leonard. She was out there for 2.5 hours. She watched the sun come up.
Now, who do you think could do something so mean, Dee?
Well, I'm sure Virgil Carp was in on it, but I can't prove nothing.
That does sound like something Virgil would do.
Well, if I catch him near my house, he better have a high threshold to pain.
Now, Dee, don't you go be making threats that you don't mean.
Hide and watch, Leonard. Hide and watch.
Virgil, if you're listening, boy, you better be careful because this lady means business.
Leonard, damage is already done. I can't even pour syrup on my pancakes without thinking of that poor, frantic little old lady trying to reach that doorbell.
Now, you just settle down, Dee. Go and take one of your nerve pills and go to bed.
Oh, I believe I will.
Thank you, Dee. Well, folks, it's getting so that the kids can't even have any more fun these days. But you know, Dee Dee's got a hard life down there running that store and all, so sometimes she just has to let it out. All right, well, it is time for our next caller. You're on the line with Leonard. Let it out.
Am I on?
Good God, turn it down!
Sorry, I forgot.
God.
Finest blind, yeah.
What's up, Finest?
Oh, I was just calling to announce that I will be a candidate in this year's election for Tuna City Council.
Now, Finest, you've been running for city council for as long as I can remember. Why don't you just give up?
Well, it's funny. Well, in last elections, my opponents made personality the major issue, and let's face it, in a personality contest, I'm always going to lose.
Well, you're right there, Finest.
I'm sure I'm from Northern Virginia, and people just naturally seem to hate me.
All right, go on, Finest.
But I am injecting new and vital issues in this year's election that cannot be ignored by the voters. Like, did you know, for instance, that there are thousands of people in this country who pay no taxes whatsoever?
Like who, Finest?
Like welfare mothers and prisoners.
Is that true?
Not a cent. And it would be easy to tax the prisoners, because everyone knows where they are.
Well, all I have to say is, hope you had better luck this time around, Finest.
Well, you only gotta win once.
Thank you, Finest. Now, folks, Finest Bly is a model citizen, and he's been running for city council for now 14 years, and he's never even made it to third base. All right. Well, we got our next caller on the line. Go ahead, you're on the line with Leonard. Let it out.
Stanley B. Miller here.
Now, Stanley, keep it clean, boy.
Oh, I was just listening to your last phone call, and I was wondering if the government wanted to tax something, why don't they put a tax on stupidity?
Now, Stanley, this is a serious program. Get to it.
I am serious. If the government had a stupid tax, Finest Bly would be in the top bracket.
Now, Stanley, Finest Bly is a model citizen, unlike some people I know.
Oh yeah, he's an ignorant little idiot.
Stanley, we ain't now gonna do no name calling.
He's a pinhead idiot.
Stanley, that's enough.
You know what? You tell Finest Bly to go ahead and kiss my referendum.
Goodbye, Stanley. Now, folks, I hate to say anything bad about Hank Miller's boy, but we all thought that year at reform school would do him some good, but he came back meaner than Mussolini. All right, time for our next caller. You're on the line with Leonard. Let it out.
Leonard D.D. Snavely again.
What is it this time, Dee?
Leonard, can't there be something be done about them holos underneath the interstate bridge?
You mean out there at the underpass?
Leonard, it's getting so crowded down there, you can hardly even dump your garbage there anymore. And the stink, good God, the stink. You could smell them in Coweta County. Leonard, there is enough soap in the world to keep everybody smelling just fine. Am I wrong, Leonard?
Well, you're right there, Dee.
And to make matters worse, my husband RR goes out there and drinks with me.
Now, Dee, isn't that where RR spotted that fly in Mexican food?
Well, no, it is not, and it's mighty wide of you to bring it up, Leonard.
Good God Almighty, Dee!
You've been listening to Leonard on the Line, and this is Arliss Struby. We got a news flash here. Sheriff Gibbons says Danny Palpador is out of the state penitentiary, and he's coming home in a 1962 blue Impala. So everybody watch out. He'll run over you.
He will.
He will, he will. Hell, the man will kill you.
Oh, yes, he will. And now for that weather report, we're going to go out there to Buckner Basin with Harold D. Latimer. Harold D., what's it going to be?
Well, in the weather, it's gonna rain.
Mrs. Pearl Burris, General Delivery, Tuna, Texas. Dear of you, Miller, I feel compelled to write to you. Mrs. Burris, we know that we have never been on great terms, that is, the Humane Society and those who raise chickens. We understand that this is your livelihood, disgusting as it may be to those of us at the Humane Society.
Hey, chickies! Come on up, baby, get you some food. Come on out, chickies.
But we do feel, however, that you are posing a threat to the children of your neighborhood as well as their pets.
Hey, get out of my garden. Get on out. I'm gonna call the sheriff on you.
We are sure you love the children of your neighborhood as much as we do. Mrs. Burris, but we have traced over 70 dog poisonings to your doorstep. Now, don't you think you've taken eccentricity a bit too far?
Oh, they've left that poodle in my yard. I'm gonna get you, Edlips. I'm gonna make you a bitter pill.
We feel that you have been somewhat overzealous in the protection of your chickens.
Where is my strychnine? Please, to God, don't tell me I'm out.
In fact, Mrs. Burris, there are those of us in the Humane Society that believe you actually enjoy poisoning dogs.
Oh, I'll kill Henry if he's hidden my strychnine.
We are well aware of your bitter pills, those strychnine-laced biscuits rolled into enticing little dough balls.
Oh, I found it. Henry thought he'd be smart and hide it, but I found it. I'm gonna kill me a poodle. Now where's my biscuits? I'm gonna make you a bitter pill.
We are also aware that your husband Henry is the owner of Ripper, the finest bird dog in Dewey County. How could anybody who lives around a $2,000 dog like Ripper poison people's puppies so heartlessly?
Here, puppy. Come on over, Eglets. I got something for you. Come on. Now, Ripper, get back. Ripper, get back. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I scared you. I'm just gonna put this right here. Come on, puppy. Come on. Ripper, no, you get back. Why'd you give him that? Ripper, get back. Oh, my God, he's eating that bitter pill. Oh, my God, I've killed Henry's bird dog.
Mrs. Burris, you have classic symptoms of canicidal thrombitis, a psychological disorder that causes you to want to kill other people's dogs for real or imagined reasons.
Oh, look at him shaking. Oh, my God, Pearl Burst, what are you going to do?
Now, the only known cure for canicidal thrombitis is to surround the patient with lots and lots of dogs until the urge to kill passes.
Oh, my God, think, Pearl, think. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Oh, I'll call Stanley. He'll know what to do.
And you are in luck, Mrs. Burris. The Humane Society has a one-way bus ticket for you to Dallas, to the Texas State Dog Fair, where you can be surrounded by over 4,000 dogs.
Where is that phone? I'm going to call Stanley.
Mrs. Burris, if you make it through the entire show without poisoning a single animal, the Humane Society will pay your bus fare home. Think you can find peace of mind and the dogs of your neighborhood can have a respite from the death and carnage to which they have been subjected. Sincerely, P.D. Fisk, the Greater Tuna, Humane Society.
Hello? Oh, hello, Stanley. This is your Aunt Pearl. Pearl Burst. Stanley, I need a favor from you. Will you come over here and drag Ripper out to the road and run him over with your Pontiac? Well, no, he's already dead. Well, I know it's not as much fun to run over a dead dog, Stanley. Just come on over here. Okay. Oh, good. I knew I could count on you, Stanley. Oh, my God. Stay a little bit here, soon, Ripper. Got a second time. While he's here, I'm going to get him to take me down to see the judge. That's the only thing that's going to get me out in this heat. I'll have him get himself a tasty freeze while I go see the judge.
Earl!
Stanley! Oh, my God! Stanley, come on in here! Look at him!
Oh, hell, Earl! What'd you go and poison Uncle Henry's bird dog
Oh, I
for?
didn't kill him. I was trying to get me that poodle that's always in the yard, and he ate one of my bitter pills and just
shook and died.
Hell, Pearl, I was gonna like old Ripper.
Me too.
Oh, when Uncle Henry finds out you poisoned a $2,000 dog, he's gonna have a conniption fit.
Oh my God, he's gonna scream like a banshee. Hey Stanley, will you drag him out to the road and then we'll ride him over with your Pontiac? We'll go into town and you take me to see Judge Roscoe. And I'll get you a tasty freeze.
Hell, Pearl, you're crazy.
I am not. Don't you say that! I am not crazy!
Just get in the car, Pearl, okay?
Alright, let me get ready.
Hurry up, Pearl.
Don't you rush me, Stanley. I'm an old woman.
God damn, I don't want nobody to see this.
And you think I do? Hit it.
Oh, are you ready now?
Yes, I'm ready to go.